Good afternoon. This video is being recorded for Friday, November 24th, 2023. You know, when a teenager attends a church youth retreat and spends the week involved in wonderful, powerful worship experiences, awesome, tear-provoking prayer times, a wonderful bus ride home filled with laughter and anticipation, and then they go home. Invariably, the second they walk in the door, bursting with excitement to tell their folks all about the week, and mom's first words are, "Go clean your room, you left it a mess." Dad hollers out from his chair, "And take the trash out, it's been piling up all week." And he starts going towards his room with this suitcase, and his little sister says, "I did the dishes for you all week long, now you have to do them." And the teenager thinks to himself, welcome home. That's exactly the way Peter, James, and John felt coming down from the mountain of transfiguration. In Mark chapter 9, verses 14 to 19, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, it says, "When they returned to the other disciples, they saw a large crowd surrounding them, and some teachers of religious law were arguing with them. When the crowd saw Jesus, they were overwhelmed with awe, and they ran to greet him. 'What's all this arguing about?' Jesus asked. One of the men in the crowd spoke up and said, 'Teacher, I brought my son so that you could heal him. He's possessed by an evil spirit that won't let him talk. And whenever the spirit seizes him, it throws him violently to the ground. Then he foams at the mouth and grinds his teeth and becomes rigid. So I asked your disciples to cast out the evil spirit, but they couldn't do it.' Jesus said to them, 'You faithless people, how long must I be with you? How long must I put up with you? Bring the boy to me.'" Wow. The other disciples, the leftover disciples, the ones who didn't get to go up on the mountain, are gathered around. There's a large crowd surrounding them. It's not good. Looks like a fight on a schoolyard. And they're arguing with the teachers. Well, like a fight on a schoolyard. And the principal and administrators have to push their way through the crowd to get to where the fighters are. But that didn't happen this time. The crowd, they ran away from the circle and went to Jesus. And he asked them, "What's all this arguing about?" Now, Jesus did that not because he didn't know or not because he needed information, but he wanted the crowd to explain to him what they were seeing. He wanted to give them an opportunity to speak about it from their perspective. And so a man from the crowd hollered up, "Here's what happened. I brought my son. He's possessed with an evil spirit, and it makes him mute. And it seizes him and throws him to the ground, and he foams at the mouth, and he grinds his teeth and becomes rigid." Talk about scary for a parent. Sounds a lot like a grand mal epileptic seizure. But this man said it was a demon, and Jesus spoke to the demon, so I'm going to go with the demon possession. He says, "I asked your disciples to heal him, but they were unable to." I'd rather argue with the religious leaders than heal a sick little boy. Oh, what a terrible sign of the times. And Jesus says, "You faithless people, how long must I put up with you?" There's certainly some exasperation and frustration in the voice of Jesus as he's struggling with, y'all needed to take care of this. Here's a boy who hurts, and you need to care about the boy who hurts, not winning an argument. So he said, "Bring your boy to me." I've never heard better words spoken. Bring your child to Jesus. You know, this Thanksgiving season, we've got a tremendous teachable opportunity for our children. We need to teach them who they're giving thanks to. The Pilgrims didn't have a meal to give thanks to the Indians for helping them feed them, although that may have been involved. They gave a meal to thank Almighty God and Providence for letting them survive. We need to teach the children that our gratitude is directed directly to Almighty God for His provision of the things we have to eat and the things we have to wear and the houses we have to stay. How beautiful it is to recognize that Thanksgiving is not just a warm, fuzzy feeling of gratitude, but we bring our children to Jesus and teach them that we are to thank God for providing for us. God bless you.